Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here at the start of this week's Fan Fridays, and if it wasn't for the Oricorio, I think we're back in the 6th generation. The power of transfer Pokemon, guys. Let's get right into this battle. So, shenanigans. We got a Cofagrigus, and we got a Thundurus, and the opponent got Oricorio and the Charizard. So, I have no idea where this battle's going to go. I don't know how, like, Oricorio combos... Oh, wait, Dragon Dance. Okay. I was about to say, wait a second, we got like, maybe we got some Charizard X Dragon Dance action on the doubles, and then Oricorio grabs that speed boost and does something with it. Charizard Y means Sun for more damage, and it is a Charizard X. That's something different right there. I don't consider the physical Oricorio, but maybe we'll get something out of it. And, yeah, we're going to see what Cofagrigus and Thundurus are up to. So, Thundurus just going to straight protect right there, playing a very safe turn, and Oricorio also going to protect, because you need to have Charizard do things, and then Dragon Dance. So yeah, you can protect, grab those stats for that first turn, and you're going to be good to go right there. Now, Thundurus maybe could have done a bit more, but it's also really interesting we see the Oricorio, because high chance that goes for that protect. So maybe that's when you do something for yourself right there. So now we have a Dragon Dance Oricorio, and then Cofagrigus is going to go for that role play, and then get the Prankster off of the Thundurus. Yo, that's a strat right there. Prankster Cofagrigus, what is it going to do? It's going to power... Oh, no! Oh, man, that's actually pretty good right there. So Charizard with that Flare Blitz, now reduced damage. How much is it going to do to the Thundurus? Holy crap. Okay, that's still a lot of damage. So Power Split not really working against the +1 Insanity on that Charizard. The Tough Claws on top of everything is a lot. Revelation Dance not going to be boosted by that Dragon Dance. And we see the Focus Sash on the Oricorio. So I guess you're just doing it for the speed. You know, Dragon Dance, grab that speed. And it's not like a Quiver Dance. Quiver Dance limits you to the Quiver Dancing Pokemon. But now Charizard X is still an insane threat. And Oricorio does have some speed behind its damage right here. So Cofagrigus with the after... Oh! Oh, that's filthy! No! Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm like, what? Yeah, we got Prankster Cofagrigus now, so you can do some fun things. But Prankster after you onto the Sylveon. I mean, if that's not a Specs Sylveon, I'd be disappointed. And if the opponent has a full Shiny Hat team, I'm disappointed. That's pretty much my feelings on this one right here. But Rayquaza, I don't know what he can do. We already saw the Mega Evolution on Charizard X. His strat got shut down pretty quick. Is the battle over right now? Like, that's super effective hits right there on the Kingdra and the Rayquaza. And suddenly the battle just got flipped right there. Now, one thing I thought was really interesting is you can actually see, like, this gray blob in the corner of that attack animation. And that's actually Cofagrigus' hand, so, like, the Pokemon are taking up a lot of space right there. But, wow! I was trying to figure out, like, what is Cofagrigus going to do, like, some kind of weird statusy thing because it's a really tanky Pokemon and it can, I don't know, giving Prankster Cofagrigus leads to a lot of doors and a lot of, like, different things I can do, but that Sylveon, that was the surprise right there, so I love it. Let's go and see how the next battle went, because we did get another submission. That's crazy. I mean, does it even matter anymore? What's going to happen? Because I was wondering, like, Thundurus is a scary Pokemon. It can do a lot of damage. It can also do a lot of supportive things. But if it just Volt switches and then Sylveon takes after use and then Cofagrigus is just a mean Pokemon, like, you power split the threat and then that's going to keep Cofagrigus alive and then other things are going to happen and then less damage and then boom, you just win. So that's some cool stuff. Let's see how this battle plays out. I'm going to start Aron. The Aron... That's an old school Pokemon right there with the Endeavor into shenanigans Shell Bell. Like, you don't see that every day. But Cofagrigus will go for that roleplay. I mean, the Protect roleplay is also really strong as well. It's kind of like how Oricorio can protect and grab stats. Well, there's also things that even if your ally protects, you can use moves on them and still have it function. And Cofagrigus with that roleplay is going to be one of them. So the power split onto the Amistar. Is it the same thing every time? Yeah, it's like you power split for that Volt Switch, therefore you get a safe turn for the Sylveon. Aron with the Sturdy, that's kind of expected. Ooh, this is going to get interesting. Because Aron, if it's going for the Endeavor on the Sylveon, that's going to suck. So Omastar will go for that Stone Edge on the Cofagrigus. Not going to be a lot of damage right there. And it will have the Citrus Berry. So 125% effective health. Aeron with the Endeavor. And now Sylveon's down to 1 hit points. And that's going to be the Shell Bell all the way back up to full hit points right there. So that's some fun stuff. But I guess if you get the double damage down. So Aeron's actually going to use the Protect. It doesn't, like, that's another thing. Like, normally you see this with the Sandstorm. But After You is going to fail. Hyper Voice. Oh. Okay. So, I guess since it was going to go next anyways compared to the Omastar and the Aeron, After You fails like that. And then the Hyper Voice just going to do a lot of damage. Now, Vivillon comes in. And I'm trying to, like, figure out what's going on with both strategies. Because, like, the Aeron's working. You don't need the Sandstorm. Especially because you can get the damage down. It uses Protect to stay safe. And then it's really easy to finish off the opponent. But at the same time, look at this right here. Vivillon should be going for an outspeed, should have something else to back up the Aeron, but just Prankster After You. It's like having a Prankster, a +1 Sylveon that can do Pixelate Hyper Voice damage like that. And at least the Toxic will be what takes down the Sylveon, so the Aeron actually being the most effective thing right now in the battle. I wasn't paying attention to the rest of the team. What is the follow-up? Because you have this gift of priority insane damage. Now, I do consider Sylveon one of the scariest doubles Pokemon, just with the power and the damage behind that Hyper Voice. Because we've already seen it slaughter. Oh, Kyogre. Oh, no! That's why you're on the free battle spot. Because what's going to stop an After You +1 Water Spout from Kyogre? Water Spout Kyogre is like the second highest damage in the entire game behind the Galvanize, yeah, the only Pokemon with Galvanize, the Galvanize Explosion Golem. So, that would have been enough to, like, one-shot a Hydreigon, or, you know, a neutral KO right there. But there's the Outrage from the Hydreigon, so go and do some damage. Cofagrigus, just so much defensive tankiness. Like, you couldn't, with the Prankster, you can just still run full defensive stats. I'm guessing, like, Impish Nature, max hit points, max special defense, who even knows. But yeah, it's going to be the Water Spout, enough to take out the Hydreigon, enough to take out the Aeron, and that's the game right there. I wanted to see more codes, because that After You strat is so amazing. After You Prankster, like, why? I don't understand why, but who would have thought of that? That is nuts. Okay, I'm actually gonna do a breakdown of strategy though, so don't leave the video just yet. We're gonna have a little bit of extra fun with it. Alright, so phase 1 of this is going to be looking into the move After You, because I'm pretty sure not a lot of Pokemon get it. Oh, it is? Oh. Okay, never mind. I didn't realize that was a tutor, because that was one of the things about roleplay. I'm like, yeah, I know that roleplay is a move tutor in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and there might be some, like, hidden gems in the roleplay and stuff. I was going through, it was like, Gengar with roleplay, it could maybe get a cool ability, but a lot of these Pokemon are frail, or they're not as useful of tanks. Like, maybe the roleplay Hariyama could do some really interesting things. I'm not seeing, like, a lot of super crazy sustain options and whatnot to, like, make the most use out of the Prankster. So when you really break it down, Cofagrigus seems like one of the best roleplay Pokemon, and the Gothitelle. Like, Prankster Gothitelle would be pretty nasty as well, because we've seen Gothitelle win Worlds before. So as we get into, like, 5th gen, some of these tankier Pokemon, like the Reuniclus, giving Prankster to these Pokemon is kind of how we can see the strat. Some of them already have Prankster, like the Meowstic and the Thundurus. There's some really nice roleplay Pokemon out there, and then the Cofagrigus, it just does some really nasty things. That's actually a pretty interesting one to look at. I'm not seeing much else. So yeah, looks like we're finding, like, the most efficiency right here for starters. And then Cofagrigus, if it wanted to, it can do some really filthy things with this Prankster as well. Prankster Disable. So you lock them out of their turn because it's like, oh, they're going to be using the same very strong move back to back. No, you can shut that down if you really want to. Also, Prankster Destiny Bond. So if you feel that you're going to get KO'd, you just throw out the surprise Destiny Bond. Like, I wouldn't expect that. I'm watching this After You go down. He threw out a power split. There's some weirdness going on. It's like, no, you protect Destiny Bond. Like, say it's a 3v2. You know, worst case scenario, 3v2, or something weird happened. Well, then, actually, no, you wouldn't want 3v2. Like, that is where things start getting interesting, because the After You is big. Like, the After You is what you want to do. I'd rather use the After You to try to KO both opponents than go into the Destiny Bond on the Cofagrigus. But maybe in some very niche situations where you need that Destiny Bomb to apply, that's where you can get the damage. You can go into Calm Mind, so you get special defense before the opponent gets to attack you. You have Prankster Will-O-Wisp, you have Prankster Disable. I mean, there's some tricky things you can pull off with that. Light Switch already has priority. Yeah, I feel like Disable would be my choice for that 4th move slot move or something like that. Psych Up, yo, Psych Up would be pretty nasty. Just Prankster Psych Up into some whatever. But it looks like it's all about that After You, and I can totally respect that After You that we have coming out right now. So what are the Pokemon that get the After You? It's a lot of ones. Like, I've seen the After You Lopunny, because that's pretty fast right there. But After You Prankster, that is next level shenanigans right there. Like, that is one of the craziest things that you could do. I don't see any other Pokemon that get the Prankster that get the After You, and that would make sense, or else we'd be seeing it all the time. So putting it onto a bulky Pokemon, you get the reliability, you get a little bit of extra utility. I guess the power split does come through sometimes, just because you're knocking down the damage. And Cofagrigus' stats, 50 attack, 95 special attack. So splitting the special attack, you're still reducing their power. But if you split an attacking Pokemon, like that Charizard, just kind of shows the power of Dragon Dance and Charizard. No, you get that averaged out with a 50 attack. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure power split goes off of the base stats and doesn't like alter. It'll ignore the stat changes when calculating the average. So pretty much it just takes the base level and then it does the damage on top of that. So Charizard is regaining a lot of that power, which is why the Thundurus pretty much got blown up right there. But still looking really nice at the power behind the power split and stuff like that. So looking at some of the other Pokemon with the After You, like, yeah, I'm used to fast Pokemon the After You, but that +1 priority, you just can't stop it, and it feels wasted. Like, you know, if you're having a Lopunny, it's like, that could have been a Mega Lopunny doing damage. If you have another fast Pokemon using After You, it's like, it could have maybe tried to do something else, or it's just too slow. Like, okay, what's an Avila going to do with After You? That it has to be a faster Pokemon naturally, or else it just doesn't work. And that's one of the biggest reasons. I guess the Cinccino is going to be one, because that's like a 115 base speed. But yeah, there are going to be a lot of limitations when you break down the After You. Because yeah, if it, like, what is it? After You fails if target is already moved on the same turn. So it really does need that Prankster with the roleplay. Like, this might be one of the most, like, perfect Cofagrigus strats. This might be one of the most perfect double strats. And then you go into Sylveon, which wrecks everything. And then you go into the Kyogre, which equally wrecks everything with that multi-hitting move. So, well done. When I saw it, when I saw the After You, I knew it. And then I just wanted to, like, go through to see if there was any other option that seems about right. But when you break it down, it's like, nah. I was looking, what about roleplay? Well, Slowbro would be a cool one, but Slowbro doesn't get the roleplay into any of that. Cofagrigus just works, guys. I love this idea. I love the strat, so well done. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle. Fan Fridays already off to a fantastic start. I can't wait to see how far it goes from here.